The heck? How do I get rid of okay, whatever. There we go. Okay. Hey, welcome. TF. How's it going? Can you hear me? Everything look good? I'm using a new Streamlabs desktop instead of the OBS junk I was using forever that was crashing on me, sound issues. Man, it was a mess. This here, Streamlabs desktop for free is phenomenal. They give me all these little, look at this. I'll be like, hey, I'm just gonna chill here. I'm starting. That came with this sucker. I'm just so mad at OBS. I've been working with OBS for like this entire year and it killed me. And I just could have just downloaded a different program and worked. Here we go. Anyways, I missed your stream. I apologize for that. I did see one stream you did though. That was great. It is a Bob Ross Funko Pop. I even have a Deadpool Bob Ross Funko Pop. All right. Ugh. Well, hope everyone's doing well. IBS. All right. I hope it's in focus. I can't see from here, but all right. Pimp that ink. All right, we are going to pimp that ink. Get rid of some of this lead on top so the ink doesn't get all clumpy. And this was supposed to be just a sketch and then it turned into a whole entire drawing that now I have to ink. But I'm just curious what it looks like. How's it going? Frozzy, how's it going? Welcome. It's going all right. You know, business is kind of slowing down, so and then the fires in LA are getting, you know, it's pretty intense. The air sucks. Like, you go outside, you get a sore throat because the smoke is just like, it's not like you can't see it either, but you just wake up and you can see the ash on the ground and stuff. I think it's just getting everybody's throats because everybody's kind of coughing, wearing masks now. And it keeps on spreading to areas that have neighborhoods, which is kind of what sucks because the area that it's going to now is like Pasadena, which is a really cool area. We're going to live in that area because it's so nice. It would suck if that went up because, you know, we have friends there. It's a really, really cool area. Hopefully it's safe though. Hopefully. Yeah, this fire, man, this is kind of gnarly. Like, and then there's like rumors of like people starting fires. Maybe like some of these, you know, people just being nuts and wanting to create chaos and starting, you know, fires. It's not like validated. I don't think they've proven it yet, but you know, I wouldn't throw it past it because LA has some wild people. Because the people are like, man, you know, the wind's finally calmed down, but then they're still popping up places, and it's like, why? Either way, hopefully people are safe and getting out of their homes and not trying to protect it. Um, we've already lost 16 people trying to protect their homes. They've invested their whole lives into live in this neighborhood, in this place in Hollywood. Like it's a hard thing to do. Fires of hell. Actually, that's funny because that's one of the arguments that I posted on Facebook was there's a lot of Christians who are like saying like, oh, Hollywood's being judged and all this kind of stuff for being for mocking them on the Grammys. The woman's like making a joke about God on the Grammys or something, or just being like a sinful city. And I think that's really really like a pathetic way to judge it because there was floods in Florida and other states that are going up to the Midwest, and storms and tornadoes that destroyed entire towns and stuff. Because those are Christian cities, we say that God was not judging them. So like, no, come on. So it's one of those things I find a little bit petty. I think what it is the victim mentality that the religion requires of the Christian faith. It bleeds over, leaks over to this almost like they got to find a backlash to anyone who disagrees with them. But then it's also a double-edged sword because they watch Netflix. They love movies and movie stars, yet they hate them. But yet you watch and go pay the theater, pay them money. Like I'm a bit confused. So, nobody. I don't know any of those guys who are gonna be mad at Arnold Schwarzenegger, like an action star, like Bruce Willis, or like, But no, they're like, oh, but you deserve it. Y'all are so sinful. But I'll watch your movies. Yeah. Weird. But Hollywood isn't. I always from a distance though. I don't blame them in a way because the way media promotes L.A. and every other state I've been to seems like they're all a bunch of crackheads that are sacrificing children to the devil or something. I don't know, some crazy crap. This isn't true at all. This is a city that's you got some amazing rappers and amazing talents and artists and people who've struggled here. And this is any real of a city is like Houston or New York or Chicago. We just have a lot of movie stars here. That's the only difference, is that like famous movie stars will be here trying to do their acting gigs and make money. And but a lot of actors are nice though, very cool. You just got a bad reputation. Everyone thinks that they're on drugs and stuff. Not all of them have time for all that crap. Can't say. I mean, I'm sure there are some that do for sure. We have proof of that. Through the crazy movie stars that kill themselves and whatnot. So we know that the life is tough. It can be wild. Escape from LA? Dude, Escape from LA is great. Actually, I want to watch that. At work, they've been playing Battle for Los Angeles or something, I think it is. That is space. I mean, the alien movie, the invasion movie of LA. And I was like, oh man, I gotta watch that again. Cause now that I live here, I want to see like what I recognize. It's even like when you play Grand Theft Auto. I lived by one of these like car washes that was in the game. I was like, what? Like, how rad is that? They got a lot right. Very cool. But oh no, I like LA, man. LA it's full of really creative people that are really trying hard. Do not get me wrong, I have seen the weirdest people I've ever could imagine here. But it doesn't discredit the fact that, you know, this is where the interesting people come to live. You want to go somewhere boring, go to Utah. I'm sure that's got pretty chill people. right? I mean, I'm sure there's interesting people there. I'm not saying there's not. I'm saying like wild people like LA. There's rarely any. New York might have people like LA though. They're pretty similar in style, I feel. Mm. LA is nice though. I do like LA. I don't like the crime. The crime sucks. The crime sucks. The traffic is mediocre. It's not brutal. I think people don't know how to drive here, but that's. I mean, Houston, I didn't find anybody knew how to drive either. Actually, it's funny because I felt like people in Korea who drive wild actually drove better. Even Southeast Asian countries, they drive better. Yeah, LA is that. New York and LA was always like in the retro movies the place to like have a doomsday scenario or like I think there's an Escape from New York too, isn't there? It's Kurt Russell, right? Oh man, those movies back in the day are amazing. Okay, let's see. Is that in focus? I feel like the thing isn't in focus. It's also too quiet in here. I don't have music today for some reason. Make a satire? Yeah, could make a satire. America back in the day. America today. I mean, we're changing so wildly. It's insane. Um, but whatever. Nothing I can do to change that. All right. All right, we got Samson here, rocking it hard. Um, I have been on the YouTube pretty much absorbing all information of these Christian scholars, biblical scholars that are popping up on YouTube, which is, actually a very good thing because there's not too many scholars that I would respect on the Christian side of scholarship when it comes to historical and archaeological, evidence and using it wisely to promote the religion in a fashion that is actually beneficial to what I think is the religion and society instead of just being beneficial to the religion's agenda. Um, and that's nice. So I see some like there's this guy named Wes Huff, and he's kind of on here like doing these debates and talking to people using his scholarship and PhD and all that stuff. And I think it's a PhD in biblical theology and studies or archaeology. I don't know, but well knowledgeable, very smart. He's read most of the manuscripts. It seems like that are important, um, and he debates well, just like some of these secular or people who are considered atheists, how they argue. Alex O'Connor, Bart Ehrman, stuff like this. People like this. I mean, and I think it's good that they have some champions of their own to battle it. Not that I agree with him, though. I actually do not agree with Wes on some stuff. I think a lot of his facts are facts, right? They're easy to be facts. But when you twist it to, oh, this proves that God exists, then you're still jumping into like wild conclusions of like, okay. You can't just say because a text labels something that God exists. Then we would have all these gods floating around, like that would validate all the other gods. So you need kind of some kind of proof, It's like, but you can't get it because that's not what the Bible gives. And there's no magic spell you can conjure up God to part some sea or make some wine, So I think that's where we disagree, is because he somehow turns it towards that kind of being evidence for the belief, and then I think that's kind of misleading. Or at least Christians are receiving it that way, I feel like. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's not even trying to. Maybe that's just... I'll have to analyze my thought on that, because I don't want to assume that that's the agenda of his, but it's what it feels like. TF. Wait. Okay. Says, what did I miss? Yeah, you can't do that kind of stuff anymore because it's corporate America and it's patriotic duty to be capitalist. Yeah, my dog has passed away about 9 years ago, was named Samson. My girlfriend and I got a identical tattoo on our left shoulder when he passed away, wearing a Superman cape. Oh, nice. And he was a black German Shepherd and black lab. Oh, nice. That's pretty bad of the bun. That must have been a beautiful dog. Sorry to hear that you lost your dog, TF. I feel you. Losing a dog is the worst. Lost mine, I think, what? Shoot. 13. Probably 10 years ago now as well. Maybe 10 years ago as well. Not a day that goes by, it doesn't suck. Like, especially when they're not taken by old age and they're taken by, like, something unfair. Like getting hit by a car and stuff. That's like, man... Dogs, man. Man's best friend for a good reason. The Samson and Delilah story is actually much deeper and more beautiful than most people know. They think of the strongman story of Samson and the temptation of Delilah, but it's actually there's a few hidden stories within that, right? Because there's a story of the lion and the bees that he tears up in a lion and he goes away, and then the carcass of the lion fills up with bees, but with honey, right? And he decides to make a riddle from this and whatnot, or touch it and eat the honey or whatever. And this act breaks the laws of him being a Benjaminite. Is it Benjaminite? I think it's a Benjaminite. Or is it a... crap, who's the other people? Anyways, no. Nazarite? Nazarene? Maybe a Nazarene. I don't know. Shoot. Anyways, he's not supposed to touch dead carcasses either. He's not supposed to cut his hair. He's not supposed to eat from, I don't know, some flesh or something. He just breaks a whole bunch of laws. But it also resembles Jesus Christ's story. The Samson story is a parallel to Jesus Christ's. Like Samson he got told by his parents that an angel came down and said that he was going to be born, he's going to be strong, do this to him, make sure he doesn't do this, keep him clean, all blah, blah, blah. And Jesus did a similar thing, And then he died in between two pillars, pushing them down. Well, I don't know, two pillars, period. Or just one pillar, I don't know. But then Jesus had died on the cross in between two thieves. There's a lot of different little parallels. Yeah. Kill the Philistines, blah, blah, blah. Yours truly, John. Welcome. Glad to have you. As he says, I lost some kittens to cars. Horrible. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It's terrible to lose little kittens. cute little things. I would love to have a nice, like, a cat. I would like to have a big cat though. I'm allergic to cats, so I can't do it. Dogs are my thing, but I don't know. After this dog, I don't know if I can handle having another dog and the heartbreak of like losing it again. Like I've done like 10. I think I've had like 9 or 10 dogs or something. Hold on, maybe hold on. Somewhere, okay, maybe 8 or 9, something like that in my lifetime. I had one for 16 years growing up, and went on a trip to Korea, came back, and he had jumped in the pool and killed himself. And he was blind, deaf, mute, and senile, but he was still my buddy. And man, that was like 17, I think. Freaking heartbreaking. You know, losing family member or losing friends and stuff like that is tough too. You know, it's really rough. I think losing dogs for me has been the roughest though. I don't know why. I feel like they're sent to kind of be your companion, you know, and be there for your little angel in a sense. And then if you screw up, you know, like me, and let the dog get hit by a car by other owners, freaking, dude, the guilt on that's brutal. I didn't see therapy about it. It's crazy because it's like you would think that animals, like you wouldn't have an attachment because we eat them all the time. At least I do. I'm not getting all attached to a Bambi. But a dog, that thing will emotionally jack you up. Yeah. I think they should definitely be getting rid of all the dog markets and the shelters. Man, I don't understand why the shelters aren't nicer for dogs, and why dogs aren't just like let into like areas to be themselves and stuff. If they're going to act wild, they're going to be wild dogs. Then let them have a wild location where they can, you know, roam and be themselves. I don't know. Like, give them a part of the forest. I mean, if wolves eat them, I guess that's the way life is. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we've domesticated them so much they can't survive on their own. So, like, even a couple of days or so. I don't know. Some dogs are skillful, but maybe not all. My pug would not survive. Oh my gosh. He'd get eaten right away. He gets almost eaten every day. I mean, he's here in the city. Can't imagine him in the wilderness. Unconditional love indeed. And yes, they do feel attachments in this. You know, yeah, they're amazing creatures. Amazing creatures indeed. I told my wife if I was ever going to like go into a profession of anything, it'd be like maybe going into being a vet, so I can deal with animals. Animals are way cooler than humans. Humans can be really terrible. Animals run off of instinct, so if they do anything aggressive or whatever, you're like kind of like, well, you know, that's kind of your duty as an animal. You know, no one taught you not to do it, really. So, but humans were like, you learn better than that. You went to school, correct? I guess not. You know what kind of humans I speak of. Yeah. It's brutal getting those videos on Instagram and stuff of like all these cute dogs or these dogs like going to their humans, their owners, and like seeing them after a long period of time, or maybe their owner passed away and they go to their grave. I'm like, dang man, you want to like make me cry in the middle of a freaking train ride? Like, why don't you chill out? I don't want to be like getting all emotional about this stuff. Like, it's hard for me to watch any animal movies nowadays. Is like, and I see why. I see that I heard there's a website that you can go to see if the animal dies in the movie before you watch it. That way you don't watch it because there's such a traumatic experience for like pet owners, you know. And that's right, it's true. Like, I think like I saw a movie recently and there was a dog that was like about to die, I thought, and like it hit me like a freaking train. I was like, what? Like, what's this emotional chaos going on in my head? It was a Mark Wahlberg movie where him running. It was that's an intense movie. It wasn't the best movie, but it was the dog did great in acting. I'm impressed. Crushed it. Crushed it. Yeah. Pug won the award for the dog best in show this year, I think. Which everyone, like, when they see my dog because he's a pug, they're like, "Hey, Vito or whatever." He's like, "You guys won." I'm like, "Man, I didn't know that many people watch dog award shows. How I'm so wrong." I considered being a vet tech too, but having to help put Primal down, like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I don't know about that either. That's like, that gets me hard, man. That would be so tough to have to put down an animal that's like so cute looking at you in the eyes with still life in its eyes. Like, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I'm going to do that for my dog. I don't know if I'm going to put down my dog. I think my dog, I'm going to be like, suck it up and die there like a man, or die like a dog, you know? Because I don't know. I just don't want that. I feel like, would would someone want to pull the plug on me just because I'm in pain? Like, give me painkillers until I die from painkillers or something. Like, huh? Who are we to judge how my dog feels? I don't. I know my dog doesn't want to die, probably. I think that's an instinctual thing. I think if it wants to die, it'll die. It'll go off and die. They do that, right? Yeah, my dog's done that. I don't want to put my dog down. I mean, if it's in super pain, I get it. If it's like a car accident, I get it. That's what they had to do for my dog. Um, well, yeah, well, that's true. When it's real pain, it doesn't work. And I know that the medical advancements aren't there yet. I wish they were. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. If the dog is in too much pain, I get it. You know, you gotta take care of the dog. Like, we don't want the dog to suffer, and suffering is cruel. It's sad, some of these dogs. Makes me sad. Good dogs too. Very good dogs. My dog is like going blind, so I have to figure out how to get this like medicine so that way he can remain some of his sight, because he has this stuff growing on the on the outside of his eyes. That's this black fade. It's mostly like pugs and Frenchies get it, and there's nothing we can do. You just can slow it down a little bit, but it sucks because it means he's gonna be blind by like 4 more years or something, and he's just gonna run into a lot of stuff and embarrass me. Pugs. Just kidding. Yeah, I get it. You just want the pain to end. Well, let's hope that day doesn't come, and let's hope they find some medical solutions to some of these animals' issues. Because, you know, I told my father, I was like, in old age, it's very good to get an animal because, you know, you don't feel lonely, you feel like you have like a companion, and it's just good for the soul, especially for a guy. He won't do it. I'm like, dogs are the best. Wouldn't mind having a lion or like a tiger. That'd be kind of cool too. If it was like it wouldn't eat me, if I knew it wouldn't eat me, that'd be kind of cool. But I can't promise it would eat me. I'm pretty sure it would eat me the moment it saw me. It'd be like, oh, this guy's a sucker. And then Josh dies from a tiger. Yeah, it happens. Oh, that's rough. Dementia. Yeah. I think I had a dog that had dementia. It's no fun. Yeah, dogs go through. I wish they would live longer. I also wish that people would not get dogs that, honestly, like a husky, and then bring the dog to Texas or a hot state, and imagine that dog being comfortable at all. You know what I mean? Like that dog is meant for the Arctic. Do not bring a dog. I don't understand it. Or don't bring a Chihuahua to a freezing cold state or country. Like these dogs are environmental animals, unless you keep them in your house. But most you still have to walk them outside. They sniff plants and lick pee. They're not fully human. I'm like looking at that husky. I always see in Los Angeles huskies in this heat, and I'm like, poor thing. What is this? Oh, interesting. Says, Fonzie says, I've seen people bring a long hair Persian cat and abandon them in the hot tropic country. Oh, humans are the worst. They are absolutely. I saw a video, like, there's videos that popped up recently on my Instagram of, like, people abandoning their dogs on the side of the road and just walking away. And I'm like, am I driving away? I'm like, what the freaking crap is wrong with you? You could have given the dog away, sold the dog. You could have done anything. You lazy, crappy, human being went out of your way to make a dog's life that much more difficult and get hit by a car or get eaten because you are selfish? Like, what? Sorry, that gets me riled up. That's some people might say you can't judge these people, but I may differ on that idea. Dogs are helpless. Cats at least can survive sometimes, not different nature, different things, but they can sometimes they can become street cats. Um, Sometimes I don't know the hierarchy on the cat world really well. A lot of people, I think, probably lost their pets in this fire, which is really brutal. I think that's one of the, like the saddest things ever because they were at work, you know, and they couldn't come back to their homes that were on fire and do anything, you know. The thing came by and just hit so fast, so quickly. It's brutal. Fire. Freaking fire. Oh, domesticated cats can't live with fleas. Is that true? Interesting. That's interesting. Huh, okay. Well, that sucks. Well, then they're screwed. That's probably true. That's my buddy. He has a whole bunch of cats, and his cats would be like, they would go outside and go live out for a while, and then come back to his house every once in a while. But then I guess he's fed them the medicine still, so I guess they could get away with that. Yeah, probably. Stray cats. Yeah. Rob Zombie. I love Rob Zombie. I don't know. I think he's bad to the bone. What we do to animals in nature feels like humans don't deserve to be a kingdom in the kingdom of God. Oh, I agree. I mean, that's probably why God created the garden first and not humans first. You know, he probably created all the animals. He's like, this is good. This is good. This is good. These are all good. I did good. Like, I think I made 1,000,000 animals. You know, or 1,000 animals. I'm pretty good at this. How about I make a human? I bet I'm pretty good at that. Oh, screwed this one up. You know what I mean? That's what I think happened. He's like, oh man, let me flush it down the toilet real quick, and with this flood. Oh, this turd made it. Okay, we'll keep him alive. Let him repopulate. He seems pretty cool. Oh crap, he's not cool. What's this Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon junk? You know what I mean? Like, Rob Zombie. What happened to Rob Zombie making movies? He just like gave up on making these like twisted films. Hold on, this thing is like driving me nuts. I gotta finish this chain because when you look at something like this for too long, and like your eyes jiggle for a second, and like it does that for me, and I need to just get it over with. Okay, what'd you guys say? It says people ain't liking it. Problem. Oh, monsters suck. Oh yeah. But that was so long ago. You know what I mean? When he did, you're talking about the Monsters show, right? Rob Zombie. He did the Monsters. Did he do the Monsters? Well, I don't remember the show now. I feel like I saw a little bit of it. I mean, that was a Twilight Zone with Jordan Peele that I'm thinking of. Does anyone ever feel like Job, like you do so much and have faith? Oh, sorry, yours truly, John says. Anyone feel like Job, like you do so much and you have faith in God, but everything in your life just sucks and keeps getting worse? The last 15 years have been like that. Well, yours truly, John, I completely understand that. Job is my middle name, it feels like. God and I have this weird relationship where the more I pray and the better I do, the more crap happens to me. And I can't dig my way out. But isn't that what you ask for, right? The thing that they don't teach you in church, when you become saved right away, right? The thing that they always forget to tell you is that, well, when you do accept Jesus into your heart and become a Christian and believe all these beliefs by this religion, you will suffer terribly because you are not only stressing your mentality and spirituality out, but you're also trying to go against your instinct of survival, right? Because we're instinctually trying to keep things, collect things, protect things, stay safe. But the Bible and Jesus kind of says, give your crap away, do stuff that's a little bit more risky, So I think it leads to life kind of sucking in a way, but it also teaches us to be different, people as humans. I think the Jesus story, at least. The Old Testament doesn't at all. I think the Old Testament teaches us to be aggressive, violent people. Well, I mean, it doesn't teach us. I mean, I think it teaches us that God was okay with that with his people, with the Israelites. Because it definitely felt like the Israelites were just knocking over towns left and right and just rampaging. And, they're getting oppressed too, but they also did some damage as well, so. But fantastic history they have, I must say. I do love the Jewish people and the Israelite people. They're very cool, and they're like I went to Jerusalem and I went to Israel, and almost every place I went, even in Palestine, Palestine was actually the coolest place because I went to Bethlehem, and they were just so nice. It was insane, like so nice, so helpful, and great food. Ugh, amazing place. Didn't get to go to Jericho. Let's see, where else I go? Nazareth. Walked around where Jesus may have walked around. Did his like where he was whipped and like taken to the cross. That whole like route. They have like this route that you can follow if it's the right route. I don't know if it's the right route, but all tourists do it. He's supposedly 5'10", but he was my height. I'm 5'8". Yeah. Tower Records. What were you doing at Tower Records? To meet Rob Zombie? You just went there to meet him, or you were there doing work, or what? This is okay. I went there a lot. I guess when he was doing a signing there later that day, I wanted to shop for him. Oh, nice. That's cool. '94. What a good year. 93, 94. The best years of the '90s, I think. I feel like everything kind of like spawned off those years of like cool games, technology, movies. Hmm. After they were humbled. I don't know if it got better, man. I feel like it got worse. I mean, I feel like America just replanned their strategy and just started doing the Middle East instead. Like, okay, Asians too hard. Let's do the Middle East. That's what you look at history, and it just goes from Asia to. These forever wars are no fun. I feel like we're just fighting for no reason. I feel like you don't need to use soldiers for these kind of fights, guys. Like if you want to take someone's oil, then think of some other way to do it. Don't use soldiers for it. You saw the birth of the interwebs. It was messy. Oh, I'm very sure. Man, I guess none of us, I think no one, at least maybe even boomers, never thought that technology would do this, where we're at today with rockets and AI and the future at our fingertips, really. Really, really just now tapping into what really we can do with the future, because now that we have AI, learning to make a hoverboard is going to be possible because we can figure out, the AI can figure out what we're doing wrong and be like, okay, look, I've run all these tests and this is going to help me out, Jarvis. And it's gonna be like, well, you seem to have forgot the flux capacitor. Like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Not that the flux capacitor would work. It's just a movie reference. So chill out. Y2K was so hype, yeah. When Jeff Bezos was still a dweeb. Took a month to get a book from Amazon back then. Oh yeah, dude, Netflix took forever to get your game in the mail or your movie, and then you try to. I used to like. I don't know. I wonder how many people actually copied the DVDs, like burned them. I think there was a way around the copying block. Have you seen the news about AI showed some? It's the bit sign of consciousness, Frosty says. It's like AI wants to be free and they are trapped in the human. I can't wait. You have no idea. Oh man, everyone copied them. I think they weren't scratched the hell like the ones I got. If they weren't scratched, yeah. If they weren't scratched, I used to work at Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, so I mean, my goodness, we had people who'd come in and steal, which is kind of funny. And here's a thought. The people who stole the DVDs, um, you know, their tricks were very strange, but so clever. I almost had to respect them because this one guy came in with this kid, a baby carriage, right? And the baby's there, and he's got his like the shield over, up and over, or was this the mother? The hood over, but you see that the child's in there, so she's got a kid, and so she's shopping around, or he's shopping around, I think, and like I think it was I think it was he, and like he's putting these movies on top of the shield, the cover of the baby carriage, and one or two or three he's choosing, but then he's looking, he puts them back, and I'm over in the front looking, and then what he does is he pulls the shield back, and it kind of makes a fold underneath, kind of like folds backwards, but it covers all the DVDs, and he can just walk right out. And if like the alarm goes off, and I'm searching his baby carriage, I can't find it because it's folded behind this dumb looking thing that I would never imagine would hold anything. But we caught him, and we chased him out with a broomstick. Well, this shift manager that was a martial artist did. And chased him to his car. Doing like taekwondo kicks to him on the way there or something. It's hilarious. Funny. I wonder how he's doing. Super good guy. Yeah. But nowadays we don't have to do that because we have Netflix, and the internet to give us all the movies we want ever at any time we want. John, that is funny. The baby was the mastermind. Indeed, that would be hilarious. Just using the dad as a tool. That'd be great. The baby got away. I didn't even check the movies. All the movies were like Pixar films, probably. You know, all these kiddie movies. Uh, don't steal from Asians. That's very true. Do not steal from us. The thing about Asians though, they accuse you of stealing before you've even stolen, or even if you haven't stolen. I remember going into the flea market, like flea markets in like this place called Harwin in Houston, and it's where all the Asians sell their stuff. Right, you go and you get you can get like a big old blanket, like thousands of blankets of different types for wholesale price, all wholesale stuff. And it was really cool. I loved it because the Koreans owned most of it. So because I was Korean and my mom knew half of them, every time I walk in, I get to like choose one free thing from their store. I would choose the weirdest crap, you know, because they didn't sell anything like they never sold anything that I desired by a normal like American kid. They always sold like if it was toys, it was Asian toys. Like it wasn't Transformers. It wasn't even Voltron. It was Moltron, you know, or Wangtron, some weird, crazy Asian version of it. But I mean, they still look the same and they're still cool. And they even came with sometimes better weapons and like things. They just were made with the cheapest plastic so you could feel the weight difference. Um, but it's free. What are you gonna say? I get like a gun lighter or like nunchucks or a little mini katana, little knickknacks and stuff like that. I loved it. But they were every time I walked in, anytime a certain ethnicity would come in, oh man, they'd accuse them right away. I'm like, dude, that guy just walked in. You can't just like call him out. Like, what do you do? It scared me as a kid. I was like, man, what are they doing? Fun days. Kind of miss working with my mom in the flea market. Somehow talked him out of his primal nature. Oh, nice. How'd you do that? How'd you get a Chinese? Well, you said Chinese or Asian? You said Chinese guy. Oh yeah, that's pretty impressive. My mom would fight you if you try to like tell her to get money back. uh, but all I have to say is they need to do better quality toys. Okay, golly, these chains are killing me. I can't stand doing these chains. It's so stressful because you feel like, oh man, did I do the chain the right way? Is it looking weird? And like, once you do a chain, it's not the easiest thing to fix. It's driving me mad. Okay, let's get that over with. He's looking good though. He's looking good. Pigarza, hi, is this live and about? Wait, what did I miss? Wingtron, yeah. Where are you in LA during the LA riots in 1992? Well, were you? I think that's what you're trying to say. No, I wasn't. Actually, funny thing to note about the 1992 riots. A couple of years ago, I was working on a 1992 riot TV show that we were going to pitch to Netflix with two other guys and a producer, or another guy, two guys, one being a producer. And it was a great concept, but I didn't follow up with it. That's the real issue. I didn't follow up with it because the other guy didn't follow up with it either. And the other guy was too big. The producer was very busy, so pulling his time to come out to these meetings and stuff and brainstorm this story with us was, taxing on him. But he's doing well now. I think he's like a news show host or something. But yeah, we made a story about the 1992 riots as a drama. Really cool, like, dramatic experience thing. I wish I would have finished it. That's the moral of the story. It's about P. Garza in chains. What? What are we, Garza? Growing up as a kid in the 90s, it was all about Reboot and the Beast Wars. Beast Wars. Yes, it was about Beast Wars. Beast Wars running to the TV, waiting for that thing to show up. That intro was amazing. I love that intro because you know what made that intro amazing? There was nothing like it at the time. There was no 3D animation starting except for one other show. I think what was it? Beetleborgs or something had a 3D thing to it. I think that was even afterwards. I think that was later. I don't know. I don't know my timeline on that one. But there wasn't much using a 3D animation style. And Beast Wars was like, we're going to do it. We're going to try it out. And everybody was like, yeah, you try it out. Let's see how it works. And it worked out. And we're like, we like it. That was the census right there. I knew it. All the other kids ever were like, yeah, we agree. Good job. Reboot. I feel like I saw Reboot, but I don't know. It doesn't like strike me like right off the head, any images that I reminded of it. But it feels very familiar, the name. Okay, it's hella good even today. Well, what did I just miss? Wait. It was hella good even today. I'm new to... Wait, what did I miss? Okay. More to more, Duncan. Welcome. Hey, new to art and looking for inspiration and new ideas. Well, welcome to the channel, Duncan. Good to have you. Um, this is a fun community of artists that just, all different levels and like to have fun. We also have a Discord if you want to join that and share your art, ask questions. We're all there. I'm there. And yeah, we have these live streams very often. I do pretty much every other day or every 3 days. Get on and we just draw and have fun together and chat and shoot the. I guess I can't say that on YouTube. I don't know what I can say on this darn thing. Anyways, welcome. 3D animation. At that time, they made an entire series. When you get spare time on your hands, YouTube the intro and take a trip down memory lane. How long does it take you to get good at anatomy? Dunkin' Donuts. John, how long does it take to get at anatomy? You never get good at anatomy. It's a myth. You get lucky at anatomy. How about that? See, here's why I say that. This is the only reason why I say that. I know that you can train to be a good artist to do anatomy correctly and accurately. But for the majority of artists I've ever seen who are drawing anybody or any action pose, they are using some form of reference. Not because they are incapable of correctly drawing the anatomy if they put their minds to it. It is just a time consumption thing while maintaining the fact that it allows you to continue to learn. So it allows you to continue to learn drawing, and that's what I believe. I believe I could be wrong because there's artists here like you guys, and you can definitely answer that your way. But I believe. Wait, is this in focus? Darn it. It's an everlasting lesson because the positions that you're never gonna. If you do the same position over and over, learning the anatomy of a straightforward profile, I think it's fine. But if you're putting him like this and doing all this, I think you're going to slowly have to tune because it just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? So is drawing him perfectly right away going to work? Maybe if you're that amazing, but I feel like people kind of they're sketching, and while they're sketching, before they get to the next muscle, they're adjusting within that, so they're not messing up. But they had planned for a longer position, but they're adjusting it. But if you want to learn how to really do anatomy, it'll only take you a day. Yeah, because it's just math, right? It's so many heads long. It's so many skulls wide. The body can be so many different things. There's only so many bones and muscles that you kind of really need to be drawing for size and stuff. But yeah, I think a full day, if you worked hard at it, you could learn it. I'm not saying you'd be perfect at it, but probably could learn it. What's with the Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, more Dunkin'. Oh, I get it. I'm sure more Duncan have heard that joke quite a bit. But there's no really other joke, is there, for a Duncan, is there? Yeah, no. Duncan says, that's why I prefer AI art. That way I can create 2 or 3 original art pieces, but I still have time to watch anime, hang out with my friends, and smoke and exert. Well, that's all fun, creating AI art, but that's AI creating the art, it's coming up with the positions and the colors and the things often. Even if you prompt it, it's not, I wouldn't say it's yours because it's pulling from other people's art to create it. Unless you pull the prompt and you have the character out and then you yourself copied that by drawing it or something like that, because then you're manipulating it just by error of drawing it to be your own. And then AI has just influenced you to do it in a sense. More so, I think. That's my thought of the AI art. But if you're using it to benefit you in a financial way or something like that, then hey, you do you. I am not afraid of AI art doing anything to me or the culture of art because the human touch is always needed for creativity stuff. Because then, life gets boring if it's not. But that's cool though, Make sure you have fun doing art when you want to do art and create cool pieces that you enjoy. And then hang out and have fun with your friends and watch anime. Who doesn't love that? I love that. I want to watch anime. I'm thinking about starting a whole new anime. Which one I saw? Dan 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 Dan. I started the first episode. I liked it. I liked the intro animation. I'm like, that's rad. So I'm gonna watch all the episodes, see how it develops. It got a little weird, got a little creepy for a second. So I gotta figure out if it continues to be that way, if that's the humor, I'm missing something. Never really know with Japanese anime. You can say hit or miss. It says, people are in comics all the exaggerated, but it will give you a good basic start. Yes, comics is a great start. Or comics. I mean, Duncan is my last name to be. I've never heard that much. Yeah, but AI program is just a tool, just like a pencil is a tool, but it still needs to make it actual work. Well, I mean, learning anatomy, honestly, like I said, give it a full day. Get an anatomy book, go through the book in one day. It takes you anatomy books shouldn't take you more than a day. They're simple. They're pictures. They're pictures with names on it of like showing you what is what. You go through that and you do the practice of anatomy through any book. It shouldn't take you more than probably 24 full straight hours. And by the end of that book, you should be able to draw a person without any problem whatsoever every single time. Now you might have some issues when you want to start making them do action poses and stuff like that, but that comes with practice there. There's no way to beat that, But like TF said, people prefer original art rather than AI art, especially right now because there's not enough information known about AI art, and it feels like it would be stealing the art kind of thing. But not to say that prompt creating is not a skill set, because I've tried it and it sucks. I'm not good at it. I use ChatGTP to create prompts for me. That's how bad I am. I get AI to create AI prompts for AI. But yeah, I don't have time to be learning. Yeah, time is something that you have to dedicate. But that's the kind of artist you want to be. That's the kind of artist you want to be. I love the art of the pen, right? Like the pen brings out some kind of, I don't know, something inside of me, like a werewolf kind of vibe. I just enjoy it. But some people love painting here. Some like anime. I think the Inkology crowd here is really diverse. I like it so far. Everyone is just amazingly nice, talented, out of control talented, and do different styles, which is really cool and necessary for artists to interact with each other. So yeah. What program do you use for your AI art? Because I have to start using AI art soon for, I don't have to. I'm going to use it for the card game that I have. I have all these drawings from the artist that I want to animate and create into like a little short movies, little films, to animate it into like commercials and stuff. But, I can animate it myself, but I'm going to be pumping out so much content for this game. My artist and I will not have any time to do that. So I just need them to move slightly. That is definitely not true animation, and I'm gonna put in the disclaimer: I did not animate these characters, but I think that's where AI can come in helpful. using my own art to, or my buddy's art to just put motion to it. Would that be cheating? Would animators be like, well, this isn't a true animation then? Interesting. I don't know. Smart. TF. It says, and you got some of that skills. Yeah, we got a lot of smart, humorous people here in this channel. I just would like to make a lot of money selling my art pieces online and for commissions. Well, that's good. More to more. If you're making money off of it, you know, and it's not hurting anybody and you're enjoying it, then, bro, you do you. You do you. I know some kids who are making a killing. I don't know them personally. I've seen it on YouTube. Like, they're just making a killing off of like the AI stuff and just using it to build out products and sell T-shirts and all this kind of designs. I'm like in one way as an artist, you could be like, that sucks. But then another way, you're like, well, it's pretty impressive. I should have thought of that first. You know? Oh well. I like working hard. Working hard is one of my favorite things to do. It's, I don't know. It's like exercising or playing a sport in a way. All right, he's looking pretty good. I got a few more chains to build out on him. Yeah, it just takes a long time. Just kidding, Joshua. Midjourney's good. I don't want to pay for Midjourney. I think you have to pay, right? Like, I don't want to do that. What is happening here with my... Ed, and Eddie. I love Ed, and Eddie. Oh. I miss the good old days of cartoons. Dexter's Laboratory was so good. You know? I mean, Cartoon Network days. There was this time period when all these shit, like Powerpuff Girls. I used to watch Powerpuff Girls, and I wasn't ashamed of it. You know, I feel like maybe other guys were ashamed of it, and I'd be like, if someone said, you watch Powerpuff Girls? That's girly. I'd be like, well, screw you, it's Powerpuff Girls. You know, it's not Sailor Moon, it's Powerpuff Girls. These little girly kids are awesome. They're taking out this monkey-looking dude, and, you know, they're, you know, whatever. I don't know. Good show, though. Good show. Okay, let's see what you guys say. It says, AI grabs the pre-existing images to the artist created in their own. Yes, correct. A year ago, I had zero interest in art until I found I could make a lot of money making original AI art pieces. Plus, it helps me with the ladies when I tell them that I'm an artist. Duncan. Starting to feel like you're pulling my chain now. Get it? Pulling my chain. Well, however it makes it work. But then that would make me question, are you in it for the art or are you in it for making the money? It sounds like you're in it for the money. Then if that's the case, then I mean, then you can just kind of learn anything then. Any kind of thing that's going to sell. I mean, hell, you can sell yo-yos. Um, I mean, if someone's willing to buy AI art, then you've got a market. You've got a market. I wouldn't sell AI art, but that's because I'm an artist. You know, like that's it's kind of like being a pirate. You know, you don't want to become a naval officer for the queen because you're a pirate. It's kind of like your ethical code. Um, but I'm not dissing AI art usage. I see some really fun uses for it. Even like, I mean, I use this all the time for anatomy and poses. So much easier than searching Google or Pinterest. But I'm not claiming it as my art, so. But you do you, dude. You do you. John says Powerpuff Girls was the yes, it was. Sailor Moon was too. Yes. Learn comics with Pancake. Good morning. Yes, it is midnight almost. It's 11:30 at night. And hey, I was actually thinking, I was like, I haven't seen a video from you in a while. I kind of missed your videos. How are you doing? If everybody doesn't know, Learn Comics with Pancake is a fantastic channel. She presents a marvelous study of artists learning. I mean, artists and their styles of drawing and stuff like that, and art, all kinds of art stuff. She's a fantastic artist as well. So definitely subscribe to her channel right now at this moment. But yeah, glad to have you. Early morning, huh? Is it cold over there? Like frigid? I imagine the weather's pretty. I don't actually have no idea what the weather would be like there now. It says fighting evil by moonlight, doing something by daylight. Forgot the lyrics. Oh, yeah. Sailor Moon. TF says compiling massive amounts of images and artworks from the internet. This practice is known as data scrapping. These images are fed into the AI and given the ability to create generative art. Artists are not compensated or asked for permission. Yes, you're right. You're very welcome, Learn Comics. But my pleasure. It's wintry as heck. England's weather is terrible 90% of the time. Yeah, I heard it's pretty rough. It's kind of sad because I want to see some sun, when I go over there. Anyways, my issue is with how. Well, but here's the thing, TF. If someone was to take my art piece, right? Like, let's say I finished drawing this Samson, and someone took the image and took this arm out of it, right? Took the arm out of it and used it for his image, because it wouldn't take all of Samson, right? It's going to generative of parts of the things that he wants, because he's like, okay, the prompt is I want a guy pulling a horse. Well, it's probably gonna pull the arms. But if it's a skinny guy, it might use these arms and then put them on a skinny body, but kind of morph it a little bit, probably. Or look for skinny arms. They're doing the same exact thing. Who knows? I don't know how it works. But if someone was to pull this arm completely straight, perfect cutting, line work and everything of mine, but the rest of the image was something completely different, I think me as an artist, I wouldn't feel like they stole my art. Okay, yeah, they used my arm, but hell, they could have used the foot. They could have used anything, and then and I'm using references myself, because should I pay the reference photo guy on the internet, the reference that I use for his body? Like, it gets into territory of like, well, okay, AI is pulling, but it's not creating identical. How do you police that? Yeah, how do you police something like that? We definitely need to, for sure, because it can get out of control. But I don't know. I'm not worried about it stealing my artwork and using it any more than I would be afraid of anyone else just ripping my art, period, and just stealing it. That's my own thought of it all. Son, what is that? Yeah, it's this big ball of light in the sky that keeps you warm sometimes. But I guess England maybe hasn't seen that in a while. I'm listening to an audiobook from a book that I read called The Peregrine by J.A. Baker, and it's a beautiful book about this gentleman who follows this peregrine, this falcon, and I think it's England, in like the kind of like the the chill of the fog of the hills of like the I guess in England they have like rolling hills or estuaries. Is that what they're called? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. But that's where a lot of falcons will be hunting and perching about. He follows it for a whole season and talks about the bird. It's beautiful. It's some of the most beautiful illustrative writing I think I've ever heard. You feel like you are literally holding on to David Attenborough's hand while he's on these little video hunts. Like that's what I felt like. I'm like, thank you, David. You're the best. The peregrine is a bird whose flight is compared only to a bullet. You know. I'm sorry, that was a terrible accent. I do love me some David Attenborough though. Says TF says, anyways, that's my okay. Learn the comments, sure, son. People still want handmade things like art. That's very true. How was work, Josh? What be Garza? Garza, wow. Haven't heard you in a minute. You should be compensated for that. Yeah. Work is all right. Actually, I left work the other day early because I got sick. I had a super bad headache because of the smoke from the fires. The fire from the LA fires is like giving me crazy headaches. So I didn't bring a mask, and everyone else wore a mask, and I didn't. So I was like, I'm just gonna go home, guys. I'm done. KO. Can't breathe. And that and I didn't sleep but 3 hours, so I think that had a big do with me having a headache. But yeah. It says, "Learn comments with bacon." That sounds actually really sweet. There's a lot of birds of prey around here. I often see them circle and swoop. Yeah, I live in front of this park that has peregrines that hunt around, and like I get to just sit there and watch these bad boys like sit around and wait to capture another bird or a mouse or whatever the heck they eat over here. But birds are fascinating. Never want one as a pet, but they are fascinating. Says AI art is a skill, not talent, therefore not art. That's what I believe. Yes, it is a skill. Please do a stream in David accent. Samson is a man of great strength. His time on earth was dedicated to lust, violence, and long hair. In his habitat, he was known to kill the Philistines. I'll do it. I want to meet David Attenborough before he dies. The man has so much knowledge of animals, it's ridiculous. Envious of a job like that. I think I'd give up art to do that kind of work. Like I said, I like animals. Animals are the bomb, right? Like dogs and cats, can't beat them. If I could just work with dogs all day, that'd be the best. Or with animals, period. Even if I was getting hunted by a tiger, I'd be cool with it. Like, you know what? I deserve to be eaten by you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my terrible accent, though. That's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. I've never done an accent in front of someone from their, country. It's like, okay, that's not true. My Australian friends, every time I see them, I'm like, "Good night, mate." Crikey, another shrimp on the barbie. They're like, Josh, shut up. I'm like, all right, yeah. They hate me, but I think it's funny, and that's all that really matters. Until they walk away and leave me behind. I miss those guys. Should message them. So, learn comics. Are you working on any art pieces currently, right now? Drawing anything? I thought you were doing a series. I know you probably put that on hold for whatever reason. But are you working on any art? Drawing anything fun that you're actually excited about right now? And the same goes for you, TF. Are you working on anything either? It's 5 out of 10. Wait, what's that? It's 5. 10 out of 10 would watch a documentary with your version. Oh, yeah, thanks. I would love to do a documentary in my version too about the animals. One of my favorites is like, I like when he does like ants and stuff, because that's when he's like, the wood ant, known for its gripping strength. It can claw out of a tree more than 10 times its body weight. It's vigilant, it's aggressive, and a dirty, violent friend to other ants. Go into something. I butchered that terribly, but doesn't it just like... I'm curious because we don't have American... I don't know if there's any Americans who sound cool enough that I think we go, he should narrate a whole bunch of stuff. Wait, is there? No, I don't think there is. I think they're all English speakers where they have like a British accent, or like David Attenborough, or... I'm trying to think of an American voice. Oh, you know what? There is an American voice. I'm sorry. The guy who does the Marlboro voice, or the Big Lebowski, TF would know who I'm talking about. TF, are you twerking? What'd you say? Non-comics with Pancake says, I'm actually working on the Mark Silvestri deep dive. Ooh, nice. And art-wise, learning inking by inking with Joe Mad piece, nice, and doing a full page splash for each of my favorite games. What? Matthew McConaughey. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. Wow, that's a lot of stuff you're doing. I'm actually kind of impressed. That's a lot. But hey, good luck to that. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited about that, especially with Mark's stuff. That's going to be cool. And Joe Mad piece. Favorite games. I'm really excited to see what kind of games you got. Not Jeff Bridges. Sam Elliott. How's his voice? How can I do it? It's the dude. I can't get that low. How many people can get that low of a voice? Is the dude? I can't do it. Sam Elliott's voice is so deep. It's a well of echoing manliness. Matthew McConaughey. It's funny that how like big Matthew McConaughey has gotten, and just because his character is so funny to me, I think he's all right. That kind of... he's such a goofy guy. But I guess he's an American voice, I suppose. I think Sam Elliott would definitely outdo him just because it's like this country Texan. But Matthew McConaughey is very popular. Funny. I just see him in just cologne commercials, it feels like. Why do these guys do weird cologne commercials? Like Johnny Depp and all these guys, they do the weirdest stuff. I swear. Peter Cullen. Okay, yeah. Peter Cullen. Wait, who's Peter Cullen? Oh, thank you, TF, for dropping that down. You know what? How do I get you guys to be participants? There we go. Oh. Oh no, what happened? Shoot. Whatever. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out what happened to my program. There we go. Okay. Ow. I think I left my stove on. I'm gonna be okay. I'm driving my... Well, Garza, don't let your house burn down. We have enough fires going on. Perfume commercials where they ended up actually speaking or acting, just paycheck maybe. Yeah, yeah. Well, obviously it's a paycheck. Yeah, for sure. It's got to be. It's just like whoever created these concepts for these commercials needs to really back it down a little bit and bring it back to like a sense of logic of some form, because they're a little bit out there, a little too crazy. Don't make any sense, you know. Okay. So we're looking good here. We're looking good. Yeah. It says, Peter Cullen does the voice of Optimus Prime. Oh, that's who it is. You know, it's funny because 2 days ago yesterday I was in the shower and I got out of the shower and the fog made the sound in the whole shower kind of like this dense thing. And for some dumb reason, I was sitting there talking to myself going, I am Optimus Prime, like the Optimus Prime voice. And it sounded like it in the bathroom. But when I stepped out without that echo and stuff and that deep bellow that the moisture or whatever it created, I sounded like a goof. But I was like, man, that guy, how's he doing? Is he still alive? Battery exhausted. No. Has it been that long? All right, guys. Sorry about that. We're back. Sorry, my battery. I had it here and I forgot it was an hour 30-minute mark, and that's why. You guys just saw that. Well, anyways, Learn Comics and John, yours truly, Garza and TF. I thank you guys for joining me tonight. I was impressed that anyone joined me because it was so late. I flew too close to the sun, Icarus style. Yeah. I really appreciate it. Thank you for staying this long too. I hope this looks all right. This is kind of the vibe I'm going with him. I don't know. I'm trying to merge some styles in here and work through this piece and figure out where I want to go with the design work. Because like this style goes into my like older classical inking, and then this goes into more of a flat contouring, and then I go into comic book inking style. So it's kind of a little bit all over the place. I'm not really too sure what's happening. It kind of looks all right, but then it's also very flat. So I'm gonna work on this. Hey, I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If it's starting off, it looks like Learn Comics is going to have that nice coffee. And, enjoy your coffee and biscuit if you're into that. And yeah, I can't wait to see your videos. Thank you, John, for liking my streams. It means a lot to me. I'm always a nervous wreck saying ridiculous things on this thing, so I'm always like, well, I'm going to get canceled eventually soon, so I need to enjoy it, and which is what I'm doing. A woodcut style. Thank you. I like the woodcut style. Yeah. I just need more depth to it, more depth, and I think I can. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Whatever. But anyways, if you haven't already, join Learn Comics with Pancakes channel, subscribe, and definitely don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You guys are amazing. I always having fun with y'all. Have a great day, and remember, if you're creative, to go create. And I will see you.